for a championship!
A double play wins it for Frazier. Turn it to the end zone. What a catch! Makai, it's on touchdown.
Into the layup, goes at the buzzer.
Wins it! The championship!
Welcome into Count Basie Field here in Red Bank, New Jersey, as we get set for the top 5 matchup here in the Garden State as the Millburn Millers are on the road to take on the Caseys of Red Bank Catholic. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome here to the D1 Media Pro page on the National Federation of High School Sports. My name is Kevin Connolly. Well, Millburn is coming off of a huge victory on the road against Del Barton on Monday. That catapulted the Millburns only up one spot, though, in the rankings. They jumped from number 4 up to number 3. They are still looking up at the top-ranked Rainey School and then undefeated Cranford in the NJ.com top 20. Red Bank stood pat at 5th in the state. They are riding a 3-game winning streak. Last time out for them, they took down Milltown North in the Shore Conference Tournament quarterfinals. They'll play Christian Brothers Academy in the Shore Conference Tournament semifinals tomorrow night. This is a team that lost in the Monmouth County Tournament in the championship game to Rainey 6-5 on a walk-off in the 7th inning, but they are certainly one of the best teams in New Jersey. They actually started the season as the top-ranked team in the Garden State. Told you Millburn 21-2 on the season, coming off of that victory against Del Barton on Monday. They will play in the championship game of the Greater Newark Tournament on Saturday afternoon at 12 o'clock. You can watch it live right here on D1 Media Pro. They'll have one more tune-up, though. They'll play tomorrow on the road against Columbia, and then they'll get Friday off before they take on the Pirates for the 3rd time this year, and this comes in the Greater Newark Tournament Championship game. Head coaches are exchanging lineup cards at home plate as we speak. We're just about set for first pitch, so we'll step aside for a quick break and be back with lineups and baseball when we return here from Count Basie Field in Red Bank.
It's his responsibility as Maldonado cranks one into deep left field. You can forget about that. Chris Maldonado with home run number 2 today. He's got
As this one is ripped into left field. A bat flip and a homer for Tyler
pitch
Beck.
is hit in the air, left field, going over Fiore. He's back at the track, at the wall. It's gone. A leadoff home run for St. Joseph's Regional. Ellis Garcia gets things started for the Green Knights. Here in the payoff pitch is hit in the air, deep right center field. That ball is high, it is far, and it is gone! A grand slam for Matthew Monteleone. And it kicks and fires. That pitch is hit in the air, deep right field. Get out of town! Michael, you laid it up, and Marcus Johnson smacked it out of the yard. A leadoff bomb from the Cougars center fielder. Play the 1-2. Hit in the air, deep left field. That ball is high, it is far, it is long gone off the house. Makai Moore with a go-ahead 2-run shot way out of here. That Miller pitch is a breaking ball, cut on and missed. Hard strikes out the side of the 3rd. We head to the home half. But the first pitch to Hollander is belted in the air, deep left field. That ball is high, it is far, and it is gone. Matthew Hollander wastes no time, getting Millburn on the board here in the 1st inning.
Well, we're just about set for baseball here from Red Bank in a top 5 matchup once again in New Jersey. It's 3rd-ranked Millburn. It's 5th-ranked Red Bank Catholic. The Millers looking to try and push their way towards a top 2 ranking. Thought they were going to jump a little bit higher after beating 2nd-ranked Del Barton on the road on Monday, but they only jumped up 1 spot from 4 to 3. Cranford undefeated, walked off things in the Union County tournament, stayed unbeaten on the year as 2, and then Rainey is number 1. So see if a win today and perhaps a win on Saturday, see how much that jumps up the Millers in the state rankings. They will bat first today as the road team, and let's take a look at their starting lineup today as submitted by head coach Brian Chapman. Robert Schneider leads off and plays shortstop. Batting second is the center fielder Henry Jacobs. Steven Echeverria will bat third. He'll play first base today. Alex Wilson is in left, and he'll do the cleanup hitting for Millburn. Batting fifth is the third baseman Matthew Weiner. Ethan Axelrod is the DH batting sixth. Shai Abbott will bat seventh and do the catching. Greg Rosenthal bats eighth and plays second. And rounding out the order for Millburn is Jack Meyerowitz, and he's in right field. That starting 9 will be opposed by Red Bank Catholic starting pitcher junior Brandon Hendrickson. Hendrickson has only made 1 start this season. It was a couple of weeks ago against Homedale, and it was a good one. In an 8-0 win, he went 6 innings, giving up just 2 hits, no walks, no runs, and struck out 6 in the process. But he's certainly up against a tall test today here in this Millburn lineup. Take a look at the defensive alignment behind him this afternoon. In the outfield from left to right, it'll be Paso, Bruner, and Stanek. Around the infield from third to first, Griggs, D'Antoni, Condon, and Skrivanik, with Andrus doing the catching today for Hendrickson. We're just about set for baseball here on what is a picture-perfect Wednesday afternoon. Temperatures in the mid-60s, a little bit cooler than it has been throughout the week, but not a cloud in the sky here at the Jersey Shore. Winds, though, are gusting a little bit, upwards of 20 miles an hour, consistently more at around 10 to 15 miles an hour. But when that wind gets going, it can certainly cause havoc, and it's swirling. Sometimes it'll blow in from center field. Sometimes it blows directly towards the outfield. Nonetheless, we're just about set to go here between Millburn and Red Bank Catholic. The Caseys will be in green jerseys and white pants. Millburn is in their road blues, and they wear white pants as well. Brandon Hendrickson just about set to go. Robert Schneider going to step into the batter's box. Millburn looking for victory number 22 on the season. Red Bank Catholic looking for win number 19. Both teams with important games coming up later in the week, but still a big game here nonetheless, as a big crowd has filed in here to Count Basie Field. First pitch in there for a called strike, and we are underway at exactly 4:30. Downstairs, a ball and a strike. Millburn plays one of the toughest schedules in the state. Brian Chapman, their head coach, not afraid to play anybody. That pitch misses outside, and the count's 2-1. Hendrickson comes set. 2-1 pitch way upstairs. Looked like he overthrew that one. Counts now 3-1 on Schneider. So 3 balls and 1 strike on the leadoff batter here for Millburn. Pitch comes inside. Did that hit him? Yes, it did on the forearm. So Schneider hit by a pitch, and the leadoff man on for Millburn in the first inning. Brings up the center fielder, Henry Jacobs. This is a Millburn team that's very aggressive on the base paths. It's also both coaches going a little bit deeper into their pitching rotations here. Typically, when you get a top 5 game like this, you're going to get the aces out there on the bump, but not today, given the importance of the games a little bit later on in the week into the weekend for both these teams. I mean, both pitching staffs are outstanding as that one gets away on the pickoff. Heading down to second is Schneider. He will be in there safely, and then the ball scampers away from the shortstop D'Antoni, but stays in the infield. So it'll be an E1 on the pitcher Hendrickson on the pickoff, and a runner in scoring position for Millburn here in the first inning. Rocky start here for Brandon Hendrickson. 5-pitch walk, 1-0 on Jacobs. Now 2-0, and a runner in scoring position for the Millers because of his throwing error on the pickoff. That pitch misses as well. Some frustration from the Red Bank Catholic fielders. They thought that was a strike. Counts now 3-0 on Henry Jacobs, with Steven Echeverria waiting on deck. Hendrickson is set, 3-0 pitch. Taking all the way upstairs, ball 4 is Jacobs. So back-to-back free passes issued by Hendrickson. And Millburn with something cooking here in the first inning. And Steven Echeverria digging in. He came up with a huge 2-run double in the 6-3 victory for Millburn against Del Barton. And he's got a chance early on to put some runs on the board for Millburn. You'll see him back on the mound on Saturday against Seton Hall Prep. It'll be actually the third time he faces Seton Hall this season. He shut them down the first time these two teams met back in early April, when they met a couple of weeks later in West Orange at Porcello Field. Well, he pitched very well, but his team lost 3-0. Elijah Foster was able to mow down the Millers in that one to split the regular season series. They are the respective 1 and 2 seeds in the Greater Newark tournament, as Echeverria fouls the first pitch straight back to the screen. Hendrickson comes set. 0-1 pitch is hit in the air down the right field line. It's hooking, and it's going to be a foul ball into those bushes, and the count's 0-2. Dimensions here pretty unique at Count Basie Field. It's about 300 down the lines, 365 into the gaps, and then just shy of dead center where it's about 370. It also cuts out, or it'll probably reach up to about 400. 0-2 pitch in the dirt. Nice block by Andrews to keep it in front. And the count's 1-2. Hendrickson looking for a big first out in this first inning. 1-2 pitch is tapped foul against the fencing of the third base dugout. So still a 1-2 count here on Echeverria. As that one is blooped into center field. Going back and able to make the play is Bruner. Schneider tagging from second. Throw will be cut off. So a productive out for Echeverria as Schneider moves up 90 feet. Staying at first is Jacobs. One gone, but runners at the corners for Millburn. Brings up Alex Wilson, as they'll appeal over to second, and they say Schneider did tag up properly. So runners at the corners with one away for Wilson. First pitch he sees buzzes him inside, 1-0. There goes the runner off first. Pitch is a called strike. Throw down to second will be cut off by the second baseman Condon to prevent Schneider from taking off to the plate. So the count's 1-1. Stolen bag for Jacobs. And 2 in scoring position for Millburn. Corners in, middle back, as that pitch is popped up on the infield. Will it stay in play? Giving it a look is Skrivanik near the seats, and it'll find the bleachers, and the count's 1-2. So ball and 2 strikes on Alex Wilson. Brandon Hendrickson looking for a strikeout. 1-2 was hit on the ground to third. They'll come home with the play, and they got Schneider in a rundown. They'll chase him back to third. The tag will be put on him, and then nothing else doing. Runners stay at first and second, so Millburn runs themselves into an out on the bases, and there's 2 gone. Nice play by Griggs coming home. He was even with the bag at third. He was eventually able to put the tag on Schneider. So Schneider out 5-2-5. And now it brings up Matthew Weiner to try and help and get Millburn on the board. Pitch in the dirt, check swing. They will not appeal, say he didn't go 1-0. First and second, nobody out. Second and third, 1 out. And still no runs across here for the Millers. Hendrickson trying to work through some first inning jitters. That pitch misses as well. And the count's 2-0. Up and in, throw back behind the runner at first. And sliding back in there safely is Wilson. Good speed on the bases for Millburn with Jacobs and Wilson. 3-0 count here on Matthew Weiner. The designated hitter Ethan Axelrod waits on deck. See if Weiner taking here all the way ahead in the count 3-0, trying to load the bases in the first inning for Millburn. He is taking all the way. It's poured in there for a called strike, and the count's 3-1. Hendrickson set. There go the runners. 3-1 pitch is a called strike. Throw down to third. They got him. 2 outs made on the bases for Millburn, and Red Bank Catholic able to tiptoe out of trouble in the first. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and because of the caught stealing, 1 man left on base. Millburn nothing, and Red Bank coming to bat right after this here on D1 Media Pro. Millburn runs into a couple of outs on the bases in the top half of the first to keep them scoreless. We go to the home half, and let's take a look at the starting lineup today for the Casey's of Red Bank Catholic. Alex Stanek will lead off and play right field. Sean Griggs bats second and plays to base. Frank Skrivanik will bat third and play first. Doing the catching today is Shane Andrews. He cleans up for the Casey's. Batting fifth is the left fielder Dylan Passo. Matt Bruner plays center field and bats sixth. Batting seventh is the designated hitter Brandon Kopak. Christian Condon bats eighth and plays second. And Max D'Antoni rounds out the Casey's order, and he is the shortstop. They will be opposed by Millburn starting pitcher Alex Faust. And Faust looking to take the ball, and arguably his biggest start of the season for the Millers. And I'll have to go through this really tough Red Bank Catholic order. Faust on the season, he has pitched 15 and a third innings, and he has been spectacular, throwing to the tune of a .46 ERA, giving up just 8 hits, 1 run, 6 walks, and 16 strikeouts in those innings. 1-0 pitch is a fastball, and it misses upstairs, and the count's 2-0. 2-0, offered that in the air to left field. It's going to drop down for a fair ball and two hop up against the wall. Stanek on his way to second. He'll slide in there safely. Ball gets around the second baseman Rosenthal, but Echeverria is there to back up. But Alex Stanek is on with a leadoff double. One of the best two-way players in the state, Stanek, gets Red Bank off to a hot start with his leadoff double. Brings up the third baseman, Sean Griggs. Outstanding play defensively at the hot corner in that first inning. Able to get Robert Schneider trying to score on a ground ball to third. Eventually got him in a rundown and was able to tag him out. Faust's first pitch misses outside, 1-0. Stanek, good speed over there at second. Squaring to bunt is Griggs, and he hits it foul. And it's 1-1. Sean Griggs looking to come through with an early big base hit for Red Bank Catholic as he takes an off-speed pitch from Faust that misses upstairs, 2-1. Faust, just a sophomore for this Millburn squad. As that pitch misses upstairs, both pitchers seem to be going through some first inning jitters. And for Faust, certainly taking a huge leap in terms of competition. Only thrown against Essex County teams as that misses inside, ball 4. So the first two have reached for Red Bank. Caldwell, Livingston, Newark Academy, and Columbia are his 4 other outings so far this year. So that's a sizable leap compared to Red Bank Catholic, and Faust learning that the hard way here through the first 2 batters. Brings up the first baseman, Frank Skrivanik. Echeverria will play behind the runner at first base. As time is called by Skrivanik. First pitch to him, misses upstairs, 1-0. This was opening day. We'd have a fantastic pitching matchup of Stephen Echeverria and Alex Stanek. Instead, told you a couple of more important games coming up for these two teams later on in the week. And given their games previous to this, and we saw Drew Oppenheim get the ball against Del Barton. Red Bank, I mean, they have 3 or 4 pitchers all with sub-2 ERAs as well. Hendrickson is one of them. Faust here with an ERA under 1 in his 15-plus innings so far this season. Snap throw back behind the runner at first. Getting back in time is Griggs. Millburn will try and find ways to deceive you as well, both at the plate and on the mound. Tried a hidden ball trick against Del Barton, as that pitch is skied in the air into left field. It'll go well foul. So a suicide squeeze against the Green Wave as well. Two-one is the count on Skrivanik, and he offers at that one and pops it up in the air. Shallow left field, coming on and unable to make the play out there is Wilson. It'll get down. Everybody advances 90 feet, and the base is loaded for Red Bank Catholic here in the first inning. Told you how the wind is blowing and swirling, so any fly ball is not an easy play, but one Wilson probably should have had. as we'll get an early mound visit from the infielders here for Millburn. It'll go as a base hit. And bases loaded, nobody out for Red Bank Catholic here in the first inning. Brings up the catcher, Shane Andrews. Echeverria in at first, Wiener back at third, the rest of the infield back as well. First pitch from Faust misses upstairs. We saw issues in the first inning for Millburn against Barton, but they were able to navigate out of it. Similar issues here in the first inning, especially after the Millers really gave momentum to the Casey's, as that one is hit down the right field line, but it'll be a foul ball. Gave momentum to Red Bank Catholic before they even grabbed a bat, recording 2 outs on the bases. Called strike, and the count's 1-2. Millburn had runners at first and second with nobody out, second and third with 1 out. Time called at the plate. That one served into right field. It's hooking, and it's a foul ball. So good at bat here from Andrews, battling hard against Faust. Upstairs, count full, 3-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Bases loaded here in the first inning. Shane Andrews trying to come through against Alex Faust in the first inning. And he swings at that one, serves it into right field for a base hit. Meyerowitz bobbles. Here comes the throw home. It'll be cut off. It's a 2-run single for Shane Andrews. And just like that, a Red Bank Catholic on the board. They lead by 2. Casey's striking first on their home turf. Stanek and Griggs come in to score. Skrivanik stays put at second, but Shane Andrews drives in 2 on the single, and it brings up Dylan Passo with 2 on and nobody out, and 2 runs already in here for Red Bank. And now time is called, and we'll get a meeting on the mound for Millburn, as things have not gone according to plan for the Millers. Gave away 2 outs on the bases in the top half of the first. And then Alex Stanek immediately leading off this inning greets Alex Faust to a leadoff double down the left field line. A walk-in back-to-back singles, one by Skrivanik, which probably should have been caught out there in left field. Have put the Millers in an early hole on the road here against Red Bank Catholic. 2 top 5 teams in New Jersey. Millburn ranked 3rd, Red Bank Catholic at 5. The Casey's had spent some time in that number 1 spot on a couple of occasions. Actually lost on opening day to Rumson Fairhaven 3-2. Talked about it a lot so far in this New Jersey high school baseball season, that feels like everything is wide open. There's no true dominant team. First pitch misses downstairs to Paso. Only one undefeated team left, and that's Cranford. Union County tournament champs looking to continue their unbeaten streak into the state tournament. That pitch fouled straight back to the screen, 1-1. Still nobody out here for Red Bank Catholic in the first inning. They lead 2-0 against Millburn. Two-run single from Shane Andrews as the Casey's on the board. Called strike, and the count's 1-2. Andrews, after that single, left the game because he's the catcher. A.J. Scametta is on to run for him at first. Fouls looking for the first out of the inning as that one is popped into center field. Going to be a tough play. Coming on to make it is Jacobs. And Millburn has finally recorded the first out here this first inning. So Paso retired, and it brings up the center fielder, Matt Bruner. First pitch he sees, breaking ball in there for a strike. Skravanik at second, Shemetta running for Andrews is at first. Millburn looking for a ground ball here. Try and end this inning. Breaking ball misses outside, 1-1. Fouled over the screen, 1-2. Tell you, even out here in the outfield, it's tough to pick up the baseball. Not a cloud in the sky. Sun looking right overhead here in the eyes of the outfielders. And not the darkest cover, or backstop, I should say, behind the batters. It's tough to pick up the baseball as that one is hit in the air, left center field, and cutting over is Wilson to make the play. Tries to throw back behind the runner at second, but diving back safely is Skravanik, and there's two gone. So 2 outs here in the first inning, and it brings up the designated hitter, Brandon Kopech. First for the frame reached for Red Bank Catholic. First pitch taken upstairs, 1-0. Check swing, he went around. Ball and a strike on Kopech. Fouls trying to escape any further damage here in the first inning. Good pitch over the heart of the plate for a strike, and it's 1-2. Alex Faust a strike away from any more further damage in this first inning. One-two pitch, good spot, just missed up and away. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on, 2-0 Red Bank Catholic here in the bottom of the first inning. As you hear the sights and sounds of New Jersey Transit behind me. And time called at the plate ahead of the 2-2 pitch. Two-two to the plate, and it's cut on and missed, strike 3. So Kopech goes down for the first strikeout today for Alex Faust, but the damage is done for Red Bank Catholic. We go to the second, 2-0 Casey's. To the top of the second we go here in Red Bank. It's 2-0 Casey's against Millburn. Kevin Connolly with you here on D1 Media Pro. Millburn ran themselves out of the first inning. 2 outs on the bases for the Millers on a ground ball from Alex Wilson with runners at second and third and the corner infielders in. Robert Schneider took off for the plate and was eventually caught in a rundown. And then to end the inning on a 3-1 pitch to Matt Weiner, there was a caught stealing. There's a nice backhanded play by Griggs and a better scoop over at first base by Skrivanik. Glove work at the hot corners on display here for the Caseys. And 1 pitch, 1 out as Weiner is finally retired after he was at the plate when Henry Jacobs was thrown out trying to steal third on a 3-1 pitch. Brandon Hendrickson on the mound with the lead, and Millburn coming out swinging as Ethan Axelrod fouls the first pitch straight back to the screen. After a brief meeting on the mound between Andrews and Hendrickson, he steps back on the rubber and delivers downstairs 1-1. There's a called strike. 1-2. Wonder if we can count how many times you'll be able to hear a New Jersey Transit train right behind me here at Count Basie Field. I think since the game started, that's at least 2, it might be 3. I got here a little over an hour before the game, so I've kind of lost count already as check swing. Did he go? No, he did not, says our first base umpire, and the count's 2-2. Hendrickson back on the rubber, 2-2 home, is bounced up to the plate, and the count's now full, 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes on the designated hitter Ethan Axelrod. Shea Abbott waiting on deck. 2-0 Casey's here in the second inning, as that one is blooped into shallow center field. Coming on and able to make the play is Bruner. That ball hung up in the air for a long time, and Bruner able to track it down, and there's 2 gone. So 2 out here in the inning, and it'll bring up Shea Abbott. Abbott back behind the plate today for Millburn. Takes the first pitch for a called strike. Another called strike. Good location at the top of the zone by Hendrickson. And it's 0-2. Could tell there was clearly some first inning jitters for Brandon Hendrickson, but his defense able to bail him out of that first inning. Now looking for a 1-2-3 frame. He thought he had it, but a pitch just missed outside, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. See if it's more of the same from Alex Faust when he takes the mound in the home half of the second for Millburn. 1-2 fouled off over the first base dugout and out of play. On the ground to short. Should be an easy play. Throw over to first is in time from D'Antoni. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Hendrickson on the mound for Red Bank Catholic. We're going to the home half of the second. It's 2-0 Casey's against Millburn here on D1 Media Pro. Bottom of the second inning here from the Jersey Shore. It's 2-0 Red Bank Catholic against Millburn. Kevin Connolly with you here on D1 Media Pro. 8-9-1 coming up for the KCs after they sent 7 to the plate in their 2-run first inning. They also left 2 on after the first 4 reached against Alex Faust. He retired the next 3 in order on a couple of flyouts and a strikeout. Christian Condon, Max D'Antoni, and back to the top, and Alex Stanek will bat here in the second. Matchup of top 5 teams here in the Garden State. Both looking for deep runs in their respective sectional tournaments. First pitch fouled off out of play, and it's 0-1. This game was originally to be under the lights at 7 o'clock. Moves up to 4:30 as there's a called strike. Faust trying to bounce back after that shaky first frame. He's got Condon behind in the count 0-2, and he misses upstairs. Fouled off on the third base side. Faust sent, winds, and fires. And again, that pitch is chopped foul. We'll see it got a piece of Condon in the batter's box. And it'll remain 1-2. Condon hanging tough. Still behind in the count, 1-2. Faust ready, delivers inside. And the count's drawn even. Two is popped up on the right side. Who's going to call it? Echeverria battling the wind and backpedaling to put it away for the first out. Oh, Steven Echeverria battling the wind. Told you that not easy here in this game. But he's able to reel it in for the first down, as that'll bring up the 9-hole hitter and the shortstop, Max D'Antoni. D'Antoni for Red Bank Catholic. Squares the bunt, pulls back, and takes upstairs. Look out, upstairs, 2-0. That one's in the air to right field and deep. Meyerowitz was playing in. He's going back. He leaps up, and he makes the play. Jack Meyerowitz playing in, going back on the baseball, leaping, tumbling, and holding on for the second out. Right into your living room at home or wherever you may be on this Wednesday afternoon watching this ball game. And a web gem out in right from Jack Meyerowitz. On. Back to the top of the order, and Alex Stanek. And the first pitch he sees is a fastball for a called strike. For a foul on the mound after the first 4 reached against him, 2 coming in to score. Stanek doubled his last time up. offers at that one and hits it foul out of play over the third base dugout. Counts 1-2. Alex Faust looking to bounce back with a 1-2-3 inning of his own. Retired in order in the top frame. Faust ready. 1-2 pitch, looking to go upstairs and miss too far, and it's 2-2. Static a George Washington commit, and he offers at the pitch upstairs and can't catch up as he goes down on strike. Second strikeout for Faust. He's had a spectacular defense in the second, out in right field from Jack Meyerowitz. 2-0 Red Bank Catholic as we go to the third here at the Jersey Shore. Top of the third inning here at Count Basie Field. It's 2-0 Red Bank Catholic. They're 2 runs in the bottom half of the first. Still 8-9 coming in from Millburn. Greg Rosenthal, Jack Meyerowitz, and back to the top in Robert Schneider. Kevin Connolly with you here from Red Bank. Top 5 matchup between the Caseys and the Millers. From Brandon Hendrickson, misses downstairs of the frame. Saw on Monday for Millburn, it was the bottom of the order that was really productive and aggressive in the batter's box. As the first two Rosenthal missed downstairs. And for the order, speaking those last two in Rosenthal and Meyerowitz, who will bat here in the third. Millburn went down in order in the second inning. Documented that they ran into a couple of outs on the bases in the first, as that was hit in the air, left field, falling quickly, but over to make the play towards the line is Passo for the first out. So ball hanging up quite often as Rosenthal retired on the 2-0 pitch. Brings up the right fielder Jack Meyerowitz, who made an outstanding play in right field his last time up. And he offers at the first pitch and hits it on the ground to short. Fields go to first, and it's in time, getting the hustling Meyerowitz by about a half a step. 2 quick outs for Hendrickson on the mound. Back to the top of the order, and Schneider with a 3-1 pitch to lead this game off. Advance a second on a throwing error by Hendrickson as he tried to pick him off. First pitch he throws to him is a called strike. Eventually advanced on the Javaria fly out, and then with runners at the corners and 1 out, Alex Wilson hit a ground ball to third with Griggs playing even with the bag. Schneider tried to beat the throw. Throw beat him by about 10 feet, got in a rundown, and eventually counts 0-2 here on Robert Schneider. Hendrickson looking for another 1-2-3 inning. 0-2 pitch misses downstairs, 1-2. Millburn was 2 runs Del Barton on Monday without even recording a hit. Green Wave pitching staff issuing a ton of walks and hit batters in that game. Hendrickson not doing the same to the Millers here, as that one is fisted out. And a quick 1-2-3 inning for Brandon Hendrickson. We go to the bottom of the third. It's still 2-0 Caseys.
They hate when you elevate. They stacking up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. They feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate. Elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate. Yeah. I had to elevate. I'm way too fly. Yeah, I'm feeling.
Nothing Red Bank Catholic as we go to the home half of the third inning. 6 in a row retired by Alex Faust, but that was not before damage was done in the first inning. The first 4 reached, but he's retired 6 in order. Be 2, 3, and 4. Sean Griggs to lead things off here in the third for Red Bank Catholic. He walked his first time up, and he swings at the first pitch and hits it in the air to right center field. Meyerowitz will call it and put it on 1 pitch, 1. So both pitchers seeming to settle into this game after some first inning jitters. Frank Skrivanik, who reached on a field, one that Alex Wilson probably should have caught out there, but couldn't reel it in. And he also swings at the first pitch on a pitch out of the zone. Can't catch up to it, 0-1. Just off the end of the bat, foul, and it's 1-2. One-two count on the 3-hole hitter Skrivanik. Faust comes set. He delivers, pitch in the dirt, cut from Abbott. He corrals, throws over to first. Strong arm behind the dish of Shai Abbott, able to get Skrivanik, and there's 2 gone. Third strikeout of the game for Alex Faust, and it'll bring the man responsible for the 2 runs today for Red Bank Catholic, and Shane Andrews, 2-run single into right field. His last time up, plated 2 for the Caseys, and that's still the difference in the ball game. And hits it foul over the screen out of play. Can't catch up to that one. Count quickly 0-2. Faust looking to retire 9 in a row on the mound for Millburn. Strike away from so pitch. Fastball upstairs, and Andrews could not lay off. 9 in a row retired from Alex Faust for Millburn. His team still trails 2-0 as they look for their first hit.
Come on, right? Oh, come on!
Oh, what a bad call! You have no business being out there. Terrible!
You know, I'm a person too.
On Jacobs. Hendrickson comes set. He'll deliver. Just missed, low and away. And the count's even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jacobs, Echeverria, Wilson. Batting for Millburn here in the second. 2-2 pitch in there, called strike 3. Jacobs goes down looking. First strikeout of the game for Hendrickson. And there's 1 out here in the 4th. Brings up Steven Echeverria. Had a productive out his last time up. Hit a fly ball into center field that eventually moved Schneider from second to third as he tagged up on the play. He swings at the first pitch, bounces it on the ground to short. D'Antoni fields and fires, and there's 2 gone. D'Antoni getting a lot of work over there at shortstop as it brings up Alex Wilson. Reached safely on the fielder's choice his last time up when Schneider was caught in a rundown off of third base. Hendrickson has really settled into a groove as he delivers outside 1-0. First 2 out of the zone, 2-0 on Alex Wilson. He gets on. Matthew Weiner will hit. There's a called strike. And the count's 2-1. Three and 1 on the speedy Wilson. It's one guy you don't want to put on base if you're Red Bank Catholic. I mean, you really don't want to put a lot of these Millburn batters on base. They do have a ton of speed in their order, and they're very aggressive on the bases as well, as we've seen already in this game. As it's a 5-pitch walk to Alex Wilson. He's on for the second time today. Third free pass that Hendrickson has issued. He also walked Jacobs in the first and hit Schneider. Andrews will come out and have a chat with him as Weiner will dig into the batter's box for the third time today. He was at the plate when Jacobs was thrown out trying to steal third. And then on the first pitch, when he led off the second, he grounded out to third base. So Wilson leads off first. First pitch to Weiner hits him. So a walk and a hit batter here in the 4th inning. Have runners at first and second with 2 gone. I mean, this is how Millburn was eventually able to take advantage against Del Barton. Just kept walking and hitting batters, and eventually they'll add up. Someone will get a base in, and that's how you get a crooked number on the scoreboard. Right now, it's up to Ethan Axelrod with 2 on and 2 out, and Millburn trailing by 2. 0 for 1, flew out to center field his last time up. And he takes the first pitch upstairs. It was 8 in a row retired by Hendrickson before that walk. That runs upstairs on Axelrod. He has to bend out of the way, and the count's 2-0. Hendrickson is set. 2-0, misses inside. So all of a sudden, looked like Brandon Hendrickson was in cruise control. But after a 5-pitch walk to Alex Wilson, hitting Matthew Weiner with the first pitch, and now the count's 3-0 on Ethan Axelrod. It looks like he's lost the strike zone, and some action getting loose in that Red Bank Catholic bullpen. Axelrod taking all the way, 3-0. It's upstairs, and the base is loaded for Millburn here in the 4th inning on 3 free passes. It'll draw a mound visit from Red Bank Catholic with Shy Abbott set to dig in. So really strange. Sometimes it happens on the mound. You just flat out lose the strike zone. And that's what's happened here to Brandon Hendrickson. He was dealing 8 in a row, retired, a strikeout, and a first pitch ground out here in this inning. And all of a sudden, he's lost the strike zone since. And he's loaded the bases with 2 outs here in the 4th. And now the tying run's in scoring position for Millburn. So Abbott set to dig in. 0 for 1 today. got a chance to tie this game up with a base hit. First pitch to him, he's taken all the way, forcing Hendrickson to throw a strike, and he does. Wilson's at third, Wiener's at second, Axelrod is at first. Nobody being held on. Infield plays back for the Caseys. In the dirt, nice block by Andrews to keep that ball in front of him, and the count's 1-1. Spacious backstop here at Count Basie Field. Anything that gets by the catcher, unless it hits a pole and ricochets right back to him, should be a run. Good pitch, doesn't get the call, 2-1. That's what happens when you get wild like this to consecutive batters, those borderline pitches. You're not going to get those calls. 2-1 pitch, served in the air to right field. It's going to be a foul ball. Oh, it was slicing. Stanek was on his horse, but just dropped foul. That could have unloaded the bases for Millburn. And the count's now 2-2. Abbott shortened the swing, tried to go the other way, but just couldn't keep it fair. Now Hendrickson a strike away from getting out of things in the fourth inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases juiced. 2-0 Red Bank Catholic. Pitch upstairs, count full 3-2. It'll give the advantage to Millburn. Runners will be in motion on the pitch. Alex Wilson at third, Matthew Wiener at second, and Ethan Axelrod at first will all have a head start. Hendrickson comes set. There go the runners. Payoff pitch, bounced up to the plate, ball 4. Run comes in for Millburn, and it's 2-1 Caseys. Bases loaded walk for Shy Abbott. He comes in to score. Coming in to score, I should say, is Wilson. That's how they got their first run against Del Barton. It was a bases-loaded hit by pitch. And now time is called up the third baseline by Brian Chapman. As Greg Rosenthal gets set to dig in. So Rosenthal up, Peyton Kahn, the courtesy runner at first base for Millburn, and Rosenthal swings at the first pitch, 0-1. That one hit in the air, foul on the third base line and out of play, and the count's 0-2. So told you the aggressiveness at the bottom of the order for Millburn. Rosenthal showing that here, swinging out the first 2 pitches. But again, Hendrickson, pitch away from escaping this bases-loaded jam, only allowing 1. 0-2 pitch. Missed outside, and it's 1-2. Millburn can try and take a lead with a base hit. Outfield playing shallow, though. 2-1, breaking ball in the dirt, swung on and missed. Second strikeout of the inning for Hendrickson, and that will retire the side. However, Millburn gets a run. They don't record a hit, but they're on the board. We go to the bottom of the fourth, 2-1, Red Bank Catholic. 2-1 Red Bank Catholic as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning against Millburn. Run scores on a bases-loaded walk for the Millers in the first. Alex Faust back out there. He has really settled in after the first 4 reached against him in the first inning, allowing 2 runs to come in to score. First pitch swinging and popping a foul out of play on the third base side is Dylan Passo. It's been 9 in a row retired. It looks like some action going to go on in the bullpen for Millburn. Faust had a lengthy first inning, but has been very economical with his pitch count since. Pitch misses outside, and it's 1-1. It'll be Charlie Kransnove, the freshman, who will start to throw. That pitch misses upstairs, and it's 2-1. Faust misses, 3-1 to Passo. Millburn still looking for its first hit today, despite scoring a run. 3-1 pitch misses. Passo works a leadoff walk here in the fourth inning, as that snaps a streak of 9 in a row retired by Faust. Brings up the center fielder, Matt Bruner. He flew out to left field his first time up. Some action continuing in the bullpen for Red Bank Catholic. Foul set. First pitch to Bruner is in there for a called strike. Check on the runner over there at first. Back in plenty of time is Passo. Another check over there. Passo again dives back in safely. Faust quickly comes set. Quick pitch to the plate. Scoring to bunt and pulling back was Bruner. And the count's 1-1. Passo, short lead off first base. Faust set, comes home with it, runner goes, hit on the ground to short. There's only one play, it's at first, and the out is retired. So heading up 90 feet was Passo. So productive out from Bruner, runner in scoring position with 1 away. Brings up the designated hitter, Brandon Kopech. He was the first out of the game in the home half of the first, and he did it via a strikeout. Or I should say he was the first strikeout of the game for Faust. First pitch to him here is waved at and missed, 0-1. That one ran inside and got him. So Kopech hit by a pitch. He'll head on down to first. And runners are at first and second with 1 gone here in the fourth. Brings up the second baseman, Christian Kondo. Popped out on the infield to first base in the second inning. Passo at second, Kopech at first. Echeverria plays behind him at first. Faust comes set. First pitch to Condon is in there for a strike. Check on the runner at second. Nobody was covering the bag, or they might have had a legit chance at Paso. Fouls to the plate. Misses downstairs. Downstairs once more, 2-1. Kolpeck at first, tell you what, Echeverria playing behind him, got a big lead, still got to be careful. Echeverria will creep up behind him and Faust will throw over. Something certainly to be aware of. I'll go to the plate here. It's a called strike to even up the count at 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. 2-1 here in the bottom of the fourth. Millburn cut their deficit in half in the top half. It's now 2-1 Casey's. And Faust will step off. Pitch is hit in the air to center field. Moving back, reaching up and making the play is Jacobs. Tagging and heading to third on the play is Paso. He will make it safely. Runners at the corners and 2 outs. So leave things to the 9-hole hitter, Max D'Antoni. D'Antoni flew out to right field as Meyerowitz made that spectacular leaping, tumbling play in right to retire him his first time up. That was back in the second inning. Now he's got runners at the corners and 2 outs here in the fourth. First pitch misses upstairs, 1-0. That one is popped up on the infield. Echeverria goes by the bleachers, and it'll find the seats. Count now, ball and a strike. Faust retired 9 in a row before issuing a leadoff walk to Dylan Paso. Been no hits in this inning, a walk and a hit by pitch. They'll throw over to first. And back in time safely is Kolpeck. Runner takes off. Abbott throw down. Oh, they would have had a miscommunication. It goes into center field. They'll throw back behind the runner at second as coming in to score is Paso. Miscommunication in the middle infield between Rosenthal and Schneider. That throw from Abbott would have had Kolpeck out by about 5 feet. Not sure if Rosenthal didn't see it, was letting it go because he thought Schneider was coming over for it. But nonetheless, run comes in to score for Red Bank Catholic. It's now 3-1. Not sure how they're going to score that, as the count moves to 3-1 as well. I mean, is it a stolen bag and a throwing error? Or is it just a throwing error? But nonetheless, the run comes in to score. We'll see how they score it on the field in between innings. But it's a 3-1 count here on Max D'Antoni. And now he walks on 5 pitches to send things back to the top of the order for Red Bank Catholic. Third walk of the game issued by Alex Faust. And it brings up Alex Stanek for the 3rd time. He's 1 for 2 with a double and a strikeout. But first we will get a mound visit and we'll see if Millburn's going to the bullpen. No signal yet. Did have somebody getting loose earlier this inning in Charlie Kransnov. Brian Chapman not going to the pen as of yet. So it is in fact an error. It's a stolen base and a throwing error. So Kopech does get the swipe. And Paso comes in to score. It's a tough error on the catcher Abbott, but he gets charged for the error on the E2. Now first and second with 2 outs, 3-1 Red Bank Catholic. They're back up by 2. Alex Stanek digging in. Doubled in the first, struck out in the second. Faust comes set. First pitch misses downstairs. Ball gets away briefly from Abbott, but not far enough for the runners to advance. Big swing by Stanek. Can't catch up. 1-1. Stanek calls for time, steps out of the batter's box ahead of the 1-1. That one sent back up the middle. Diving play there by Schneider. Can't get it out of his glove, and everybody's going to be safe, and it'll be an infield single. Great backhanded play by Schneider. Was trying to go the short way at second. With D'Antoni's speed and the fact that Schneider couldn't get it out of his glove, has loaded the bases here in the 4th inning for Red Bank Catholic. That's just their first hit of the frame. Stanek now 2 for 3. Bring up Sean Griggs. 0 for 1, walked and scored, and flew out to right. Got a chance to open this game up with a base hit. 2-run lead for RBC. First pitch to Griggs is in there for a strike. Check on the runner at first. Echeverria was playing behind Stanek. Told you that Millburn does have that in their arsenal as well. Griggs committed to play University of Alabama. Just a junior. Big swing, fouls it off, and it's 0-2. Faust trying to get out of trouble here in the 4th. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Pitch to Griggs off the end of the bat. Roller out to short. Schneider bobbles in. He has no play. Schneider was trying to step on second base before he fielded the ground ball. It'll be an error on Millburn. Everybody's safe. And it's now 4-1 Casey's. Second error of the inning on Millburn that allows a run to come in to score. And that looks like it's going to be the end of the line for Alex Faust, as out of the dugout comes Brian Chapman, and he's going to take the ball from him. Red Bank Catholic has added 2 more here in the 4th inning, and they have the bases loaded and 2 outs as Millburn goes to the bullpen.
It's his responsibility as Maldonado cranks one into deep left field. You can forget about that. Chris Maldonado with home run number 2 today. He's got,
as this one is ripped into left field. A bat flip and a homer for Tyler
This pitch
Beck.
is hit in the air, left field. Going over Fiore, he's back at the track, at the wall, it's gone! A leadoff home run for St. Joseph's Regional. Ellis Garcia gets things started for the Green Knights. Here in the payoff pitch is hit in the air, deep right center field. That ball is high, it is far, and it is gone! A grand slam for Matthew Monteleone. And it kicks and fires. That pitch is hit in the air. Deep right field. Get out of town. Michael, you waited up. And Marcus Johnson smacked it out of the yard. A leadoff bomb from the Cougars center fielder. Play the 1-2. Hit in the air. Deep left field. That ball is high. It is far. It is long gone off the house. Makai Moore with a go-ahead 2-run shot way out of here. At Miller's pitch is a breaking ball, cut on and missed. Hard strikes out the side of the third. We head to the home half. But the first pitch to Hollander is belted in the air. Deep left field. That ball is high, it is far, and it is gone. Matthew Hollander wastes no time getting Millburn on the board here in the first inning.
New pitcher on the mound for Millburn, Charlie Kransnov. He's got a 2.47 ERA on the season in 22 2/3 innings pitched, 16 hits. 26 hits he's given up, 19 runs. Just 8 of them have been earned. 8 walks and 16 strikeouts on the season. He enters an unenviable situation with the bases loaded, 2 outs, and Frank Skrivanek coming up for Red Bank Catholic. Final line on Alex Faust. 3 2/3, 4 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, and he hit a batter. Millburn tries the hidden ball trick. What they did, they made a pitching change on Monday against Del Barton as well. And they call a balk on it because Kransnov was standing on the rubber without the baseball. And just like that, it's 5-1 Red Bank Catholic. Kransnov was standing on the rubber without the ball. That's a balk. D'Antoni in to score. Run gets charged to Faust, but it's not an earned run. There's a big swing there by Skrivanek, and the count's 0-1. Pitch outside, 1-1. So inauspicious start for Charlie Kransnov. Standing on the rubber without the baseball, trying to see if the hidden ball trick will work against Red Bank Catholic. It didn't, and it comes back to hurt Millburn. There's a called strike, and it's 1-2. Kransnov trying to work out of things. 5-1 Red Bank Catholic. That one is hit on the ground to second. Played there for Rosenthal. Throw over to first is in time, but the damage is done. Go to the 5th inning. Red Bank Catholic has a 5-1 lead against Millburn.
Glover, one-on-one with the basket. Oh, Jaden Glover! With the windmill to send this place into a frenzy. And to the corner, Lawrence. No-look pass, and Wilcher lays it in. Wilcher to the hole. Simeon Wilcher starting to heat up. He's got 4 points, and Roselle Catholic leads by 11.
Watson to his brother, and Tariq is fouled and hits it. They'll go to the line for 1.
They'll pick it up, the clock will move. Lawrence with Adams on him, lost his footing, gets a shot up, and he gets it to go. At the buzzer, Jamarcus Lawrence, a big first quarter for the Nebraska commit.
New pitcher on the mound for Red Bank Catholic, Anthony Nannini, takes over. He has a 0 ERA, 3 innings pitched. Last time out against Monmouth, 1 hit and 2 strikeouts. All stats are according to those inputted by coaches on NJ.com. Final line for the starter, Brandon Hendrickson, 4 innings, no hits, 1 run, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 2 hit batters. Millburn cut the deficit in half. It was 2-1 when we went to the bottom of the 4th. They scored without a hit, though. 4 straight free passes, 3 walks, and a hit by pitch. So Nannini will take over with 9-1-2 coming up in the Millers' order as they look for their first hit of the ball game. Jack Meyerowitz digs in, he squares to bunt, pulls back, and takes a fastball for a called strike. And he throws it from the left-hand side as he misses upstairs, 1-1. 5-1 RBC, pair of errors in the last half inning for Millburn contributed to that. 3 runs and Red Bank Catholic scored. 1 on a steal of second where there was a miscommunication between the middle infielders on Abbott's throw down. Runner would have been out. Instead it goes into center field. Run comes in to score. Then you have the E6 from Schneider, where he was trying to field and step on second before he fielded the baseball. And then standing on the mound on a hidden ball trick without the rubber, as that one is blooped into right field. It gets down for a base hit. So Jack Meyerowitz, first hit of the game for Millburn to lead things off here on the 5th. Gotta feel good for Millburn, even though you had a run to get your first base in, although it comes on a blooper in shallow right field. They all count the same in the box score. Meyerowitz on for the first time today, and it brings up the top of the lineup in Robert Schneider. 0 for 1 today, hit by a pitch and grounded out. And he takes first pitch fastball up and away, 1-0. As that one is hit in the air, right center field. Cutting over is Stanek. He'll be called off by the center fielder, Bruner, for the first out. So 1 gone, and in comes Henry Jacobs, the center fielder for Millburn. First pitch to Jacobs, check swing, called strike anyway, 0-1. All turf field here at Count Basie Stadium. Only thing that's dirt is the pitcher's mound. These RBC players, they were out working on that mound even before I got here shortly after 3 o'clock. Put a lot of attention to detail here, even on the artificial surface. They were out raking the area right around home plate, trying to make sure all the turf pellets don't clump into one area. That's what you got to do at the high school level, even at the college level. There goes the runner off first, hit and run, but the pitch is fouled off. Nannini has not thrown more than 27 pitches in an outing. He did that back on April 11th against Wall. Other 3 times, 15, 13, and 14 pitches. As that one's cut on and missed by Jacobs. He goes down on strikes for the 2nd time today, and there's 2 gone here in the 5th inning. First strikeout for Nannini, as well as he'll face Steven Echeverria. Told you, Echeverria, one of the best pitchers here in the state of New Jersey, maybe the best, as he swings at the first pitch and hits it down the left field line. It'll be a foul ball in the corner. Committed to Florida, every time he takes the mound, Major League scouts flock to that field, whether it be at Millburn or on the road. He'll be on the mound when Millburn takes on Seton Hall Prep in the Greater Newark Tournament Championship game on Saturday afternoon. That's at Doc Gotzel Field in Verona. If you can't make it out there, you can certainly watch it live right here on D1 Media Pro. Runner goes, 0-1 pitch upstairs. Throw down to second, not in time. Meyerowitz just able to hold the bag. That was a bang-bang play. Condon with a good tag over there at second, but Meyerowitz's speed beats the throw. Runner in scoring position in the fifth here for Millburn. Meyerowitz arguably the fastest player on this Millburn team. Oh, he can score on a base hit. Javeria is 0 for 2 today. Fly out and a ground out. And he hits that one foul out of play on the right field side, and it's 1-2. Nannini looking to work around the leadoff single. Delivers to the plate, misses upstairs to Echeverria. Evens up the count at 2-2. Millburn getting their first hit of the game to lead off this fifth inning from Meyerowitz on a bloop into very shallow right field. 2-2. In there, called strike three. Echeverria goes down looking. Pair of strikeouts in the fifth for Anthony Nannini. We go to the home half. It's 5-1, Red Bank Catholic. Bottom of the fifth inning here at the Jersey Shore. It's 5-1 Red Bank Catholic over Millburn. One run on one hit and two costly errors for the Millers. Both came in the last half inning. For Red Bank Catholic, they've got 5 runs on just 4 hits and also committed an error in the field. Kevin Connolly with you here on D1 Media Pro. Sun beginning to set here in Red Bank on what has been a really nice spring afternoon, mid-60s. A little bit of wind, though, but no clouds in the sky whatsoever. We go to the home half of the fifth in this top 5 matchup of New Jersey powerhouses. Charlie Kransnov still out there on the bump for Millburn. He came in relief of Alex Faust during the last half inning. Delivers first pitch upstairs. It'll be Shane Andrus, Dylan Passo, and Matt Bruner to bat here in the fifth for the Caseys, as that one's popped foul out of play, and the count's 1-1. Missed upstairs, and it's 2-1. Told you this Red Bank team ranked 5th in New Jersey, spent some time in that top spot as well. In terms of the rankings, it's been an up and down year for the Caseys as Kransnov bounces that one up to the plate, and it's 3-1. Spent some time at 1, also spent some time outside the top 5 before reappearing at number 5 over the course of the last 2 weeks, trying to make a charge up the top. They battled now number 1 Ranney in the Monmouth County Tournament Championship game. Fell on that one 6-5. Shore Conference Tournament semifinals tomorrow right here for RBC. They'll take on Christian Brothers Academy, which should be a good game at 7 o'clock. 3-1 upstairs, ball 4. And the leadoff man on for RBC here in the 5th. Second time Andrews has been on today. Also had that 2-run single to get the Casey's started back in the first inning. He will be lifted for a courtesy runner. And once again, it'll be A.J. Shemetta who comes on to run. As Dylan Passo will dig in. Passo 0 for 1, flew out to center field and also walked. First pitch to Passo is outside, 1-0. Passo, sophomore on this RBC squad. Check on the runner over there at first. Shemetta is back in time. Passo already verbally committed further his career at the University of Notre Dame. Takes a big swing there, and the count's 1-1. For the top 5 in this Red Bank order, committed to play Division I baseball. Told you Stanek at George Washington, Griggs at Alabama, Skrivanik at Seton Hall. Andrews committed to play D3 ball at Drew, as that one is lined into right field, but it'll be a foul ball. Passo verbally committed, become part of the Fighting Irish, and his time at RBC comes to a close. Counts 1-2 on him. Missed outside, 2-2. Runner not going. Pitch is hit in the air to center field. Right there to make the play is Jacobs. Shemetta will head on back to first. And 1 out here in the 5th. Brings up Matt Bruner, the center fielder. Bruner 0 for 2 on the day. Flew out to left, grounded out to short. Another check over there on Shemetta at first. First pitch fouled off, 0-1. Squaring to bunt, dropping it down, perfectly placed. Wiener was back at third. Bare hand, he doesn't throw. Instead, he throws second, and now they got Shemetta caught in a rundown. So Shemetta will be tagged out. Staying put at first on the play is Bruner. So 2 gone here in the 5th inning. So Bruner singles on the bunt. Shemetta advances to second, and then he's out on the rundown. Call it 5-6-5. Brings up the designated hitter, Brandon Kopech. And now, lengthy delay before the pitch. That's because actually, stand corrected, going to have a pinch hitter at the plate for Red Bank Catholic. So the DH Kopech will not be swinging Instead, it'll be Nick Fastigi. So Fastigi takes first pitch called strike. Kolpak was 0 for 1, hit by a pitch and struck out. As that one off the end of the bat to third. Wienerfield throws over on the run, and the tag put on by Echeverria. Nice play by the Millburn first baseman to get Fastigi hustling down the line. We're off to the sixth. RBC kept off the board, but they still lead it by 4. Top of the sixth inning, 4-run lead for Red Bank Catholic. Feels like a lot more than that, to be honest with you. Feels like the Caseys are up by, I don't know, maybe 6, 7, 8 runs, but only a 4-run game, 5-1 as we go to the sixth. Wilson, Wiener, Axelrod to hit here for Millburn. Nick Nannini still in there for Red Bank Catholic, or Anthony Nannini, excuse me, still in there for the Caseys. He gave up Millburn's first hit of the game in his first batter to Jack Meyerowitz, stole second but was eventually stranded there. And Nini picked up a couple of strikeouts in that fifth frame. Wilson, the cleanup hitter, 0 for 1, been on base twice today. Reached on a fielder's choice and walked. And he takes the first pitch upstairs, 1-0. Millburn, ranked third in the NJ.com top 20. Del Barton dropped to 4. There were 2 after they lost to Millburn. That pitch is grounded foul outside of third base. Red Bank Catholic at 5. New rankings just dropped earlier this morning on NJ.com. 1-1 misses inside, 2-1. Upstairs, check swing. Didn't look like he went. They'll appeal down to first, and they'll agree. And the count's 3-1. Like some light throwing going on in the Red Bank Catholic bullpen. Once Anthony Nannini found his rhythm in that fifth, he was awfully impressive. As look out, that one up and in on Alex Wilson. So a 5-pitch walk has the leadoff man on in the sixth for Millburn. Down by 4 with 6 outs to play with. The Millers just trying to chip away here against the Caseys. Matthew Wiener will dig in. Grounded out to third in the second, and he was hit by a pitch in the fourth. He swings at that first pitch and fouls it straight back to the screen. Downstairs, 1-1. Nannini set, missed inside, now 2-1. So Millburn trying to create some momentum for themselves here in this 6th inning. Again, only a 4-run game, only have 1 hit, 1 run. Red Bank Catholic feels like they have kind of been dominating this game, especially after that 3-run 4th. But it's just a 4-run game. Casey's aren't slam-proof yet. Wiener fouled that last pitch off, and it's 2-2. Nannini set. He'll deliver upstairs. Count now 3-2. Nannini pitch away from walking the first 2 guys he faces here in the frame, and he does this just that on a fastball that misses upstairs. So Wilson and Wiener both work walks, and it'll bring up the DH Ethan Axelrod. And all of a sudden now, tying run is on deck for Millburn as a couple of more arms going to race down to the bullpen for Red Bank Catholic. First 2 walks Nannini has issued here in this game. And Axelrod 0 for 1 with a fly out and a walk. So Nannini will come set. First pitch is offered at and hit in the air to left field. Pretty deep, but not deep enough as camping under it is Passo. And Wilson doesn't elect to try and tag up. So first pitch fly out from Axelrod. And perhaps that'll settle down Nannini as there's 1 away. Wind blowing in. Held that ball up in left field for Passo. Brings up Shy Abbott. Abbott responsible for the lone run for Millburn after his bases-loaded walk in the 4th inning. He's 0 for 1 today with that RBI. First pitch he sees misses outside, 1-0. So interesting for Axelrod jumping on the first pitch. Hey, you like it, hit it. But Nannini hasn't shown the ability to consistently throw strikes here in this inning. That one sawed off over the first base dugout and out of play, 1-1. That one in the air to right field. Stanek started in, now he goes back, he reaches up, and he makes the play. Wilson thought it was down, he didn't tag up. He was halfway between 2nd and 3rd, so he retreats back to 2nd. Outstanding play out and right by Stanek. 2 hard-hit balls from the bottom of this Millburn order, and there's 2 gone. So that leaves things up to Greg Rosenthal. Rosenthal 0 for 2 today with a fly out and a strikeout. And he swings at the first pitch, loops it in the air to center field. It gets down for a base hit. Wilson rounding 3rd. Play at the plate, cut off. Stopping at 2nd is Wiener. It's an RBI single for Greg Rosenthal, and it's now 5-2 Red Bank Catholic. So 5-2 Casey's on the RBI from Rosenthal. Wilson with 2 outs, going on contact, easily scored. Brings up Jack Meyerowitz as the game's tying run. He takes first pitch inside, 1-0. Meyerowitz singled against Nannini on a bloop into right field his last time up. Swings at that one, chops it on the ground to 2nd, and throw is low, but it will be scooped up by Skrivanik. Millburn gets a run closer. They're down to their final 3 outs as they trail 5-2. Bottom of the fifth inning, or bottom of the sixth inning, excuse me. Here at the Jersey Shore, 5-2 Red Bank Catholic. Millburn able to get a run back. Charlie Kransnov, big inning for him out there on the mound. He'd have to try and shut down this Casey order and keep this 3-run deficit at what it is to give his offense a chance in the seventh. First pitch misses inside. They'll be facing 8, 9, and 1 here in this Casey order, and first two pitches to Christian Condon have missed the zone, 2-0. There's a strike. Counts 2-1. Condon, D'Antoni, and Stanek to bat here in the sixth as Red Bank looks for some insurance. Tries to hand Millburn just its third loss of the season, and oh, look out. That one ran inside and got Condon in the helmet, and he goes down as he will reach on the hit by pitch. First time Condon has reached base today. That got him right in the back of the helmet as he gets up, but he gets called back by Red Bank Catholic athletic trainer, who quickly came out onto the field to try and check on its second baseman. So Condon still being checked out at home plate. Looks like he gives the thumbs up, and he's going to walk on down to first base. Certainly a good sight to see if you're a Casey's supporter. Brings up Mac D'Antoni. D'Antoni 0 for 1 today with a walk. D'Antoni flew out to right in the second, walked and scored in that big 3-run fourth. Kransnov set. D'Antoni squares to bunt, drops it down, but it's foul outside of third base. Condon with good speed. Leads off of first base. D'Antoni squares to bunt again, drops it down on the first base side. Kransnov off the mound. Collision at first. Echeverria able to keep his foot on the bag. Successful sacrifice for D'Antoni, and there's one away. Tell you, that's the one thing Millburn does not want to have happen. They do not want Steven Echeverria getting into any collisions over there at first base. Told you he's slated to take the mound on Saturday against Seton Hall Prep in the Greater Newark Tournament Championship game. Alex Stanek digs in. Double down the left field line his first time up, struck out in the second. Infield single in the fourth. Takes a first pitch downstairs, 1-0. Taken upstairs, 2-0. First time Kransnov is trying to maneuver around the top two batters of this Red Bank Catholic order, and Stanek and Griggs. He came in to face Skrivanik to get the final out of the fourth inning. Allowed a run to score, though, on a balk because Millburn tried a hidden ball trick, and he was standing on the rubber, which is not allowed in a balk. 3 straight out of the zone to Stanek. First base is open, with Sean Griggs waiting on deck. Kransnov set. See if Stanek has the green light here, 3-0. Takes all the way. It's a called strike, 3-1. Condon leads off a second base. Big insurance run out there for Red Bank Catholic with a 3-run lead here in the sixth. Fastball misses downstairs. Stanek yanks the bat over towards the third base dugout. But he is on with a walk, and he's on base for the third time today. So it brings up Sean Griggs, and for Millburn, at least that sets up a potential inning-ending ground ball double play. Griggs reached on an error to shortstop his last time up. Schneider tried to win a race to the bag to Stanek at second to end the inning, but never fielded the ball. As that one is hit in the air to right field, not deep. Meyerowitz towards the line, going back on it. He's able to make the play. Both runners will tag up. Throw comes into second. Stanek is in there safely. Big league pop-up from Griggs. Meyerowitz, good job, able to stay with it and put it away for the second out. Runners advance. And in steps Frank Skrivanik to try and expand this lead for Red Bank Catholic. He grounded out to second base against Kransnov his first time up. And now we'll get a mound visit here for Millburn. First base is open. Shane Andrews is on deck, and you wonder, would Millburn try and intentionally put Skrivanik on, or intentionally put him on to set up a force at any base with Andrew, the cleanup hitter, on deck? Certainly something you would think about, although Skrivanik is 1 for 3 today. Hit a bloop single, which should have been caught in left field in the first, struck out in the third, and then grounded out to second base in the fourth. On the other hand, for Andrews, 2-run single in the first, struck out and walked. Well, at least for now, it's not going to be an intentional walk of Skrivanik. The Seton Hall commit. See if Millburn, though, will pitch him carefully here. Kransnov will come set with runners at second and third. And the first pitch is in there for a called strike. So that answers that question. Millburn willing to come right at Frank Skrivanik. Second time through the order now for Kransnov. He faced Skrivanik when he came in that fourth inning. Back-to-back strikes on the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Kransnov needs to keep this Millburn deficit at 3. Strike away from doing so. Condon on third, Stanek on second. Good speed on the bases as that one is hit to shortstop. Backhanded there by Schneider. Throw over first is in time, and that will retire the side. No, they say he's safe. Now time is called by our umpire. They say Echeverria was not on the bag. They asked the home plate umpire for help. He says safe, so it'll be a throwing error on Schneider that dragged Echeverria off the bag. He can't believe it as you see his expression on the field. Run comes in to score for Red Bank Catholic, and it's now 6-2. Third error of the game on the Millers. Second time Griggs has reached on an error on a ball hit to shortstop. And the inning continues now for Shane Andrews. So he's got another insurance run 90 feet away. 1 for 3 today. Swings at the first pitch and pops it up. On the infield, Abbott keeps the mask on, and he puts it away in foul territory for the final out. However, Red Bank gets a run on a questionable call over at first base. Millburn down to their final 3 outs as we go to the 7th.
Yeah, they hate when you elevate. It's that Stacking up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, yeah. I had to elevate. I'm way too fly, yeah, I'm feeling.
Ethan Marzo is the new pitcher for Red Bank Catholic. He enters having thrown 4 2/3 innings this year, giving up just 1 hit, 1 run, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts. It's a 1.50 ERA. And Nannini goes 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. So it'll be Marzo to try and nail down the final 3 outs here for Red Bank Catholic, as they gave him an insurance run ahead of this 7th inning, although it was a questionable play over at first base. 2 runs on just 2 hits and 3 errors for Millburn. Has not really been a clean game for them in the field. For Red Bank Catholic, they've taken advantage with 6 runs on just 5 hits and 1 error in the field for the Casey's. That came all the way back in the first inning by the pitcher Hendrickson on a pickoff play over to first base. It'll be that top of the order for Millburn: Schneider, Jacobs, and Echeverria to bat here in the 7th for the Millers. They play tomorrow on the road against Columbia. They'll get Friday off before a Greater Newark Tournament Championship game on Saturday. They'll be at Doc Gotzel Field in Verona against Seton Hall Prep, a noon start. So Marzo is ready, and his first pitch is hit down the right field line, but it'll be a foul ball. Stay tuned tomorrow here on D1 Media Pro. We'll have the semifinals of the Hudson County Tournament in the bottom half of the bracket, where second-seeded St. Peter's Prep will play host to Ferris High School. First pitch scheduled for 4:30 in Jersey City. You can watch it live only here on D1 Media Pro. 1-1 the count on Schneider, who's 0 for 2 today. He was hit by a pitch to lead this game off. The back half of the top of the first inning. Takes a big swing at that pitch, and the count's 1-2. Fouled straight back to the screen as well. Millburn has won 12 straight games coming into this one. Pitch taken downstairs, 2-2. Impressive wins over that 12-game winning streak. Obviously the one against Del Barton. They beat Old Tapan 9-1. St. Peter's Prep, they beat them 13-6. 2-0 win over Old Bridge as well. A lot of conference victories. They were tested, though, in the first 2 rounds, or I should say the quarterfinal and semifinal rounds, the second and third rounds of the Greater Newark Tournament. Won 3-0 against Columbia and 2-0 against Montclair. 2-2 pitch, cut on and miss, strike 3. Schneider goes down on strikes, and there's 1 out here in the 7th. Last time Millburn lost lost back-to-back games, actually. On April 19th and April 21st, they lost 7-4 on the road against James Caldwell and 3-0 on the road against Seton Hall Prep. First pitch misses inside to Henry Jacobs. Actually, stand corrected. Looks like pinch hitter is going to be up. I think this is Kaigo Fujita. So Fujita, who was not in the starting lineup today for Millburn, will hit here. And Fujita swings at that one, hits it in the air to right field. Stanek right there. He puts it away right on the foul line. And Millburn down to their final out today. So it leaves things up to Steven Echeverria with 2 gone here in the 7th. And he takes the first pitch in there for a called strike. Echeverria 0 for 3 today. Red Bank Catholic pitching has been very good. Marzo loses his hat on the plane, delivers downstairs. 1-1. Ball and a strike on Echeverria. Flew out to center in the first, grounded out to short in the 4th. Struck out looking in the 5th. Strike looking, and Millburn down to their final strike. Red Bank Catholic has taken full advantage of Millburn miscues today. 4 of their 6 runs have come on those Miller errors, as that one is hit in the air to right field and deep. Stanek going back. He's got room. He makes the play for the final out. And Red Bank Catholic defeats Millburn 6-2. Impressive performance from the pitching staff of Red Bank Catholic. 6 runs on 5 hits and 1 error for the Casey's. For Millburn, they pick up their first loss in 12 games, held to just 2 runs on 2 hits and 1 error, as the Millers see a 12-game winning streak snapped at the hands of Red Bank Catholic. It's an upset victory at home here for the Casey's, ranked 5th in the NJ.com Top 20 against 3rd-ranked Millburn. Brandon Hendrickson gets the win, 4 innings of work. Alex Faust gets the loss for Millburn. It's a 3-run 4th inning that played a big role in the victory for the Casey's, as they were able to capitalize on those Millburn miscues. That's going to do it for us here from the Jersey Shore. Once again, your final score, Red Bank Catholic 6 and Millburn 2. I'm Kevin Connolly. Thanks for tuning in to this presentation of New Jersey High School Baseball right here on the D1 Media Pro page on the National Federation of High School Sports. And reminder to tune in to our broadcast tomorrow of the Hudson County Tournament semifinals featuring St. Peter's Prep and Ferris at 4:30 p.m.
He's going to take it himself for a championship!
A double play wins it for Frazier. Turn it to the end zone. What a catch!